Today we are looking at the impact of rabbits on Australian flora sustainability. Our inquiry questions are: how do rabbit feeding habits impact the sustainability of Australia's native plant life? What methods have been successful in increasing plant sustainability by decreasing rabbit populations? And how can flora sustainability be maintained and rabbit populations be controlled in a wider context across mainland Australia? Research began with a broad Google search of impact of rabbits on Australian plant sustainability. This phrase yielded government fact sheets. The Curtin University ProQuest database was used to search the detrimental effect of rabbit populations on native plants in Australia. Limiting this to recent peer-reviewed journals refined this further. The Journal of Biological Invasions presented Australian-specific evidence. The phrase improving future sustainability was added to the Boolean search parameters. This resulted in specific case study evidence being gathered. Rabbits dig out plant seedlings to eat and girdle or ringbark plants. They eat around the bark on the trunk. This kills the mature plants. In this twofold method, rabbits inhibit the growth of young plants and eradicate mature plants. Added to this is the dense population numbers and the rabbit's ability to thrive in almost any environment. Successful native flora regeneration is demonstrated by the Phillip Island and Macquarie Island case studies. On both islands, rabbit populations were causing the destruction of native flora. Multiple methods of eradication were used. These include biological controls, warren destruction to prevent breeding, trapping and hunting. This complemented a clear plan with workable objectives learnt from past eradication efforts and securing a government funding to ensure the process completion. Everything seen as successful native flora regeneration is demonstrated by the Phillip Island and Macquarie Island case studies. We can take some valuable sustainable growth lessons from a case study done by Burts, Moots and Peacock. On mainland Australia, they set up a controlled rabbit-free area in regions where the drooping she-oak and bursaria plants were severely damaged by rabbit feeding habits. They used multiple methods of eradication coupled with nets to prevent reinvasion. Under these conditions, both native plants experience seedling and mature plant regeneration. For sustainable plant growth, multiple methods of diminishing rabbit populations must be used in an environment that can be contained. Rabbit population densities must be kept exceptionally low. Ongoing control methods will be required during plant regeneration. Lastly, a dedicated funding program must be secured. Rabbit population costs Australia $200 million a year. The economic value of this problem is vast. The complex scientific nature of animal control and research methods used to make this project are appropriate for middle to upper primary. The Australian Curriculum Science in Year 4 asks students to investigate how living things depend on and compete with each other to survive. It also asks students to recognise the effects of human action and reflect on investigations to evaluate their success. This inquiry project looks at the competition between native plants and rabbits that have been introduced by humans and allows reflection on past tactics and decisions. This project can also be linked to the sustainability cross-curricular priority in the Australian curriculum. Sustainability statements covering the ability of Earth to support all life, human interaction with sustainable environments, and the protection of sustainable environmental growth are within the curricular documents.